Back to the SmarkTank Revolution where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, Mr. Donnie Wonderful, aka Big Time Donnie. There's a lot to unpack today. This is the Tuesday after WrestleMania weekend and the Raw after WrestleMania. A lot has gone down with WWE, i.e., the biggest likely would be the sale. And if you guys seen Vince McMahon on I think he was on CNBC, the interview about him, about the sale. Vince is back. Vince is back. Um and to delve into kind of, well, to give my perspective on what he mentioned about being a part of the major creative instead of the being in the grit, or whatever analogy he used. So Vince isn't. You're not going to see Vince in Gorilla anymore. But my guess is if it's the big money maker, i.e. Roman Reigns, then Vince is likely going to have power to veto any creative direction that that he wants it to go in, or that he doesn't like rather. So I wanted to brush on that one really, really, really quick, because it is definitely open to interpretation. Nobody actually knows what any of this stuff really means for the company, but it's a good acquisition, for UFC and WWE to be paired. We don't know what the company name is, but I'm actually excited about it. I think that with Vince in tow, you if you haven't seen the interview, just go on YouTube. I can't remember his name, but he really put Vince over as far as being a visionary. And yes, Vince thought about cable television and showcasing wrestling, or or sports entertainment. He was the visionary of it, and that's why it's so huge. So just imagine combining that with UFC's resources, WWE's resources. It's one big happy family. I believe Shane wanted to buy the UFC, or told Vince to buy the UFC years ago. So shout out to Shane. Hope you get better after tearing your quad at WrestleMania. But let's talk about WrestleMania for a little bit, man. Like, I think this was the only one, and I watched it with my colleague, Mr. Joey Business. Shout out to Joey Business. I watched night two with him. Night one, I watched by myself, and I have usually said, since they went to the 2 night format, that there's typically one night that's better than the other, and it was always night one for me for the past two WrestleManias. I thought, I was full off of night one, and then rolling into night two wasn't as good as night one, aside from the main event. But I didn't feel that here. I think that the WrestleMania as a whole was a really good showing. The more I think of it now, and I know they like to inflate the numbers. I know this, but the total number for WrestleMania was 161,000, whatever it was. But my question about that number is, if you bought a ticket, if it's for night one and night two, I know it's two separate, nights, but shouldn't the attendance be the same? Like 161,000 people didn't attend. Half of that did. And because I saw, as a matter of fact, if you guys noticed, I called him the guy with the James Ellsworth beard that was in the front. He was in the front at night one with the green shirt and the hat turned to the side, or the hat turned backwards. He was in night one. He was in the same section in night two, and I saw him last night at Monday Night Raw in the front row. So hypothetically, I'm just saying, that guy, does he count twice? He was there twice. Oh, sorry, yelling in the mic. But I'm just saying, like, we all know that WWE has Enron math when it comes to their historic numbers. I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, yeah, I laugh at my own stuff. But nevertheless, for all 160,000, 61,000 of you that attended WrestleMania, wink, wink, uh, everything was sequenced right. It was perfect for me. I think everyone, what you didn't see, and when I tuned into Raw last night, I said, "Oh man, like I don't miss this." What we didn't see were those promos where, I mean, you're not going to keep them in the back, for the crowd in attendance. Have I'm just gonna throw somebody out there. I mean, Bianca Belair came out last night and had an in-ring promo with Rhea Ripley that was pretty good. But we didn't see any of that in WrestleMania. Instead of a lot of time, a lot of the time being allocated to promos, because let's face it, we're conditioned to watch the opening to Raw at the night the every hour mark there was a promo there, and then the end of the show, of course. But without those, you have more time for wrestling, and that's where I thought the talent on both nights really got a chance to shine, with the exception of Shane McMahon, who unfortunately got hurt. But outside of that, yeah, everyone got a chance to shine except for LA Knight. What do you mean, Donnie? We're in Los Angeles, right? We're in LA. How is he not on the show? How is he not on the show? As over as he's become, how did you guys leave him off that show? Was he in the Andre the Giant Royal Rumble? I don't know. Battle Royal. I don't know. I actually still got to go back and watch the Hall of Fames, but yeah, sequence perfectly. You open it up with, and I kind of knew. I had a feeling that they were going to open it up with John Cena and in Austin Theory. Uh, and why not? Like you open it up with a megastar. They call John Cena the greatest of all time. You open it up with him. Austin Theory. Joey kept saying that this victory did nothing for Austin. I disagree. I think that he needed to win in a very heelish way. But damn, you jobbed out John Cena to the Make a Wish kids in front of the Make a Wish kids. That's wrong. I mean that Hunter, that was raw. I will say this though. I will say this. I was reading some of the comments on another wrestling channel, regarding the nights of WrestleMania. They said that night one was booked by Triple H and night two was booked by Vince McMahon. Oh man. Yeah, see the old rules to send us all home happy, huh? Well, after night one, they definitely did. And the more I think of it, the best match on night one had to be, I'm gonna give it to the women. I mean, Charlotte and Rhea killed it. Charlotte and Rhea did the damn thing. And then Sammy, Kevin versus the Usos did a phenomenal job, with wrapping that up. And that took a whole year to build, as Michael Cole eloquently put it and notated. And I think that the payoff was phenomenal. Both guys were emotional in the ring after they won. Um, everyone was invested in it. There were 1,000,005 super kicks. The only thing missing from this match were the Young Bucks that would have put the super kick count way in the 161,000 mark, because that's what we're doing. We're just amplifying numbers here. But yeah, no, no arguments with night one. No arguments with how everything was booked. Shout out to my buddy, Jeff Croyle over at Shout Out Minnesota. We messaged each other. We said, you know what? We're 7 for 7. Uh, we got every pick for night one correct, and then night two came along and just threw a curveball. I mean, like, we're gonna get straight into it. Was there anybody that thought that Roman Reigns was gonna win? If you raised your hand, I'm gonna cry foul and call you a liar. Roman Reigns walked to the ring. For some reason, I felt like he had a look on his face like, yeah, I'm about to enjoy Pensacola for the month of May. I think I'm gonna go overseas in June. You know, like I'm gonna have a great summer. I might see you guys at SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes comes to the ring first, gives the belt away that has every promotion that he's worked for. Um, you know, everything mirrored. I'm about to win this championship for the first time. I want to make a reference, an AEW reference. You guys remember, was it Full Gear? Full Gear, Minnesota. Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny Omega. When Adam Page walked to the ring, you can tell he was going to win. And Cody did a great job. They said in a promo that, or I think he said in a promo, I don't remember who mentioned it, but Cody Rhodes originally came down to California to be an actor and failed as being an actor. Well, I'm telling you that Sunday he did a really good job of convincing me just by his walk to the ring that he was about to be the champion, that he was about to finish the story, as he said. So yeah, you know, I definitely got that one wrong. Um, the Hell in a Cell match was differently paced, but you know, I didn't I underplayed the Demon's injury, and I just thought that was good selling. But no, I was definitely wrong on that one. My colleague Joey Business, in his astute observations, as usual, he got that one right. Man, and now that we're seeing pictures of him being worked on and given the numbing agent, I want to know, as a man who's a co-owner of a boxing ring, of a boxing club, shout out One Punch Boxing Club, School of the Gladiators, how in the world did you close that gash that fast? How? What did you, not the numbing agent, like what did you put on that man's head? I had like Staples. If it were Staples, the moment the you can't touch that spot. So I mean, like he would have bled out some more, but you know they did a really good job. I want to hire their medical staff to be the cut men for our fighters. You guys did amazing. Uh, Bianca Belair and Oscar really did a phenomenal job. And to be honest, I thought that they were in a position to fail because of the SmackDown women's title match the night before. And boy did they go head to head. And as far as which one do you like the most, two two different styles. Both had great both champions had great dance partners. One new champion, one retained, and then they had the little face off yesterday at Raw. That was great. I wish they would have done that in the back. But I get, the people of Raw they want to see their wrestlers. But I mean they were in LA. Like the SmackDown, they had 2 nights of WrestleMania. Keep their ass in the back. Let's get some more ring time. I think everybody has elevated themselves to 10-minute matches at least. 10, 12 minute matches. Let's get it in. Man, oh man, the triple threat in the Continental match was I did get that wrong. I thought for a moment that Drew was gonna win. I'm walking in, I'm thinking maybe Drew's gonna win this. And I thought that now they were gonna begin the transition to for Gunther to for the for a world title. Um at the time I thought that, that Cody was gonna win. So Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. We you know how they foreshadow the stuff. I thought that the Royal Rumble ending with Cody and Gunther was foretelling. I'm like, okay, we're gonna likely see this in SummerSlam, or this is a pay-per-view main event sometime later on this year, or sometime in the summer, sometime in the spring. That's why we're seeing it. And of course, with Roman retaining, that kind of shattered all of that. But still, I saw Gunther losing the Intercontinental Championship, but not getting defeated for it. So I was wrong there. Brock and Omos, Brock and Omos, about 7 minutes of pleasure, but that's all you need. Really, really, really entertaining. And then, whoa, all right, let's transition over to Raw. What the hell happened last night? Good Lord. I just like Paul Heyman said, like I expected Brock to be in Saskatchewan on shoot hunting deer and skinning them for their pelts and chopping their bodies up and harvesting their meats and and showering it with that flavorful barbecue sauce that he has. That is delicious. It is delicious. Shout out to you, Brock. But man, boy, did he do a number on Cody last night? Who expected that? Was that a Vince move? Was that a Hunter move? Who knows? So yeah, overall WrestleMania was good, and I do want to say this. Now, this is the part of my rant and this conversation that I'm having with you all, our supporters, that I'm gonna bring in AEW and Tony Khan. I actually meant to record last week, sometime last week about this. The contrast here. John Moxley um offers his rebuttal on, what was said about him. CM Punk was or was not about to come back or was working towards it. Dave Meltzer puts out a report. I guess that puts the kibosh on it. But like now more than ever, and I said this to Joey, for everything we said about Vince when his hand was on the trigger of WWE, we should understand more. I'm not saying that Tony Khan is as bad as Vince Russo was or anything like that. But I think this is a problem when you work amongst your friends without the respects of, hey, we're friends, but you're also my boss or whatever the case may be. Um in a Vince McMahon run promotion, we would never know, especially from the talent, until years later that I'm off contract. I don't even have to be here. And I know, Vince, I think he learned his lesson from Lex Luger and things of that nature. But that's kind of scary for for me as being a fantasy promoter. If John Moxley was in my promotion and he says, hey, look, I'm not even under contract. I don't even have to be here. I'm doing you a favor. Shout out to John Moxley for honoring his commitment to be there. But to get guys like that mad and you put the belt on them, I mean, that screams a Montreal screw job. And I think that if they don't get this right, and I am rooting for them. I am rooting for Tony Khan and AEW. Like I like having an alternative. I like the promotion. I like the wrestlers. I like the contrast and style. It's something that's different. But man, uh, the the fallout from All Out, the fallout from All Out will have nothing in comparison to what catastrophe can happen next. I just want to say that. This is Donnie Wonderful. Just wanted to rant real quick. My phone's ringing. I got to get back to work. Ciao, ciao.